Hello guys. I was just chilling here at golden hour. So beautiful. It's actually quite smoky outside right now, but I was just looking at myself in this tiny little mirror on my desk and I've realized my eyebrows have gotten a little bit transparent. So I'm gonna take you on the journey that is dyeing my eyebrows with Just for Men beard dye. First off, I'm just gonna go and wash whatever product I have because right now I have gel in here and I have a little bit of, it's like a brow pencil but different. Come on for the ride. So this is the bathroom. Let's rinse off the brows. Why did that kind of hurt a little bit? No product in there now. It's just natural. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the dye. I seem to have lost it. I know it's somewhere. The question is where? I didn't find it yet, but I did find a turtle, so we're just gonna eat that. Some sustenance for this journey. Okay, and nestled into my closet was this bag. It has the Just for Men right there. So we found it. I actually searched for that for like 20 minutes. This is old, by the way. I don't know when this expires, but we'll see if it does anything. So this is the color base, and then this is the color developer. I'm just gonna grab something to mix them on. Honestly, I grab literally anything. Since I ate that Turtles, I'm gonna use the Turtles wrapper. And I'm also going to take off this hat because I don't want to get any dye on there. I'm going to put on a little headband. We're going to go for just like this plain black. And then I'm going to look for an eyeshadow brush that is very skinny. I'm going to use this tiny little it's not that tiny. It's like a good size eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use it to paint on the brows. So we're just going to mix it up on this Turtles thing. I'm going to do the base color first. And I just do a good old like plop of that on there because honestly, I know I'm not going to use all of it, but mixing's fun. And then I'm going to do the same size of developer. You want it to be the same. You don't really want more of one than the other. And then you notice that this is brown because I normally mix it up with the opposite end, but today I'm just gonna mix it up just with that little brush end. Gotta be profesh. And it will darken slightly as it starts like forming. And then where I start with putting it is right on these ends of my eyebrows because those are what really bug me. Those are what get really, really light. And you don't want to draw too outside of the lines because otherwise you'll end up with some streaky eyebrows. So yeah, I just slowly am taking like some of the eyebrow product and I'm just smushing it in. Normally I used to just let it kind of sit on top, but recently I've kind of been dragging it backwards across my eyebrows just to really coat that hair. I don't know why I find this so relaxing. It also has that slight like cool aspect to it. Not cool as in like cool, but cool as in cold. Okay, now that my eyebrows look scary as ever, I'm actually gonna grab a few Q-tips and I'm just gonna wipe off the sides before it gets too dark. I'm gonna lean in. I'm just gonna go right along the corner. This one is wet, this Q-tip that I'm holding. And then I'm gonna go in with that dry side. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other eyebrow. So use the wet side first, get rid of that weird line. And then take this. Okay, and then this just sits on for like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm not very picky about how long I let it sit on for. I one time accidentally left this on my eyebrows for about 3 hours. I got busy watching a show and then I suddenly went to the bathroom and as I was washing my hands, I looked in the mirror and I went, oh, my eyebrows were black and they were like thick. I hadn't done the rubbing off yet because I was just gonna do a really quick eyebrow dye job. And then I went back to our living room and I was like, Mace, why didn't you tell me that my eyebrows were black? It had been 3 hours at that point. And he was like, oh, I thought that was just what you wanted. Like I thought they just needed to process. I was like, for 3 hours? They normally process for 3 minutes. I will never do that again. I will always be watchful of my eyebrow time. Sometimes I will do even less than 3 to 5 minutes if I really feel like it might not go my way. Because you know, everyone has good days, everyone has bad days. Sometimes an eyebrow day is not a good one. I'm also just gonna wrap this up and then throw it in the garbage just so I don't accidentally put my hand on it or something. So what can we talk about while these bad boys process? For those of you who are new here, hello, I'm Brittany. For those of you who are not new, you probably still don't know a lot about me, so I'll just tell you a few things. I like the color red. My favorite animal is my own cat, Cooper cat. My favorite food is bread and chicken strips, maybe together, maybe separate. I like them both. My favorite season is summer because I want to be tan. What's the last one? What's the last thing I can tell you about myself? Something that you wouldn't already know about me. I'm trying to think of. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna tell you my shoe size, but that just seems weird, you know? Like, I have a birthmark right in the crevice of my elbow. So the more you know. Now that we know that the color is dark, because I can see it on my brows, I'm actually gonna go in and we're gonna wash them off because I do not want really overly dark eyebrows today. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of soap, dab. Don't get in my eye, don't get in my eye, that would really hurt. And we're just gonna soap these bad boys. Who do I remind me of right now? So now that these are thoroughly soaked, I'm gonna rinse it off. And pat to dry. I keep getting these videos in my For You pages and stuff that tell me that if you shower in your contacts, you will probably end up blind. So I'm very wary of, like, I do not want to get any water in my eyes when I'm wearing my contacts. Look at, gorgeous. Let us go back into the sunshine and then we can see them here. I feel like I can tell a major difference. I just feel like they're way more full in the back. You know, like I actually have color back there now. That is how I dye my eyebrows at home. It is super easy, super simple. I don't put a lot of thought into it. I just, one day I will look in the mirror and feel like I need a little pick-me-up and I'll dye my eyebrows. But don't leave it on too long. Although if you do leave it on too long, you literally just scrub those bad boys with soap or shampoo and it'll come right out. So really no worries, no harm done. Just don't overpluck them because then you will end up having no eyebrows. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for this little, you know, adventure of getting eyebrows again. And if you guys want to tune in next week, I kind of put out a video. I'm kind of aiming to do once a week. I feel like that's kind of a good schedule for me, basically because I can't be relied on to do more than once a week. If I do, that's great. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Bye.